Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So we had a very interesting piece of news come out and kind of rock the NBA world the past couple days. And that is that ESPN insider Adrian Wojnarowski is leaving ESPN. He is leaving the Inside the NBA crew. And he is going to be going back to his alma mater to be a general manager of the I'm going to probably say this wrong, but forgive me, the St. Bonaventures men's basketball team. St. Bonaventure. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. St. Bonaventure's men's basketball team. He's going to be the new GM of the Bonnies. Here's the thing, man. I am going to say this. I'm glad that Adrian Wojnarowski is going to continue to play a role in basketball in some way, shape, or form. However, okay, I will say this. It seems like the ESPN House of Cards has been on fire for about a year now. They let go of a lot of talent. They had like Robert Griffin III lost his job. They got rid of a lot of smaller people to bring in some bigger people. You know, you had Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee were like two really big signings by them. And they released a lot of younger talent. Now, I will say this. I think Shams is going to join ESPN because his contract with Yahoo Sports, I think, officially ended. And it kind of like these two just kind of align. You know, it seems like, just kind of crazy that Shams' contract with Yahoo is ending, and like Adrian Wojnarowski used to work for Yahoo a long time ago, Yahoo Sports, and then he left and joined ESPN, and then that's when Shams came in and he started working at Yahoo. I know he still works at The Athletic. Shams works at The Athletic, but here's the thing, Shams works with The Athletic, but it's the idea that I think Shams is going to be the next guy that ESPN tries to bring in, but to me, this signals a bigger problem. The issues over at ESPN, I think, have been well documented. Pat McAfee isn't enjoying his time there. Shannon Sharpe is on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, so I'm assuming that gig is maybe a little bit better, being that Stephen A. Smith has a lot of control over that show, and who gets to be on it, who doesn't get to be on it. But it's just really weird because it seems like the entire sports world is kind of crumbling before our eyes. It seems like we're kind of going out with the old guard and in with the new. You have Skip Bayless, who decided he's just going to do his own thing. Adrian Wojnarowski seems like he's taking a step back out of the limelight a little bit and just, going to a back room somewhere, is going to be the general manager of a college basketball team. I feel like something's going on at ESPN or in the sports world that we are simply not being told about. I don't know if it's the direction sports networks are heading in. It just seems very odd to me that it seems like everybody's trying to get out of the sports world at once. I don't think Pat McAfee has enjoyed his time with ESPN since he signed his contract with them. I don't know how Shannon Sharpe feels. I think even if Shannon Sharpe didn't enjoy his time at ESPN, he would not voice that publicly. I feel like that's something he would tell Stephen A. Smith and then, handle it behind closed doors. That's just my opinion on that. But Adrian Wojnarowski has been a big name around basketball since 2016. I think he's been around for a while, and it does suck that he's not going to be the real NBA insider. And for a while, it seems like him and Shams have been the two go-tos for basketball insider information. There was even a part of Brian Windhorst's career that it seemed like he knew, he was the insider to go to for LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Anything you wanted to know about LeBron, Brian Windhorst had the scoop on. And it just seems like now these days we're getting more and more people doing their own thing. Shannon Sharp has Nightcap going on for him. Stephen A. Smith even has like the Stephen A. Smith Show. Skip Bayless has his own thing on YouTube, his own YouTube channel. And I don't know if it's just an idea or if it's the idea that people just don't enjoy working for ESPN anymore. I will say this, working with Malika Andrews is probably enough to rip anyone's fucking hair out. So, you know, the idea that this motherfucker had to show up to work every day and work with Malika Andrews is probably another thing that I think would definitely deter him from wanting to continue to work for inside the NBA, because it seems like Malika Andrews gets on everybody's nerves. But usually when these things happen, it just seems very odd to me that Adrian Wojnarowski would, like, I don't know, just choose college basketball to, like, sit in the back room of, you know, a college team that, you know, his alumni college team, and just say, like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems very odd that that's the direction he would take. You know, I wish him the best. I think he's going to be a really good GM. I hope he is for the Bonnies, but it's just the idea, like, it seems very odd. You know, it seems very odd that all of these, like, sports talking heads are now moving to, like, YouTube, or, you know, like, JJ Redick, right? JJ Redick got a job with the Lakers. You know, he's not working for ESPN anymore, but, you know, like, he decided to join the Lakers, and I don't know. I like, maybe I'm looking too much into it, you know, but it just seems very odd that Skip Bayless left, and we know Pat McAfee has, you know, in the little bit of time he's been with ESPN, has been unhappy with things that have gotten leaked to the media, and things that, you know, people behind the scenes trying to sabotage, you know, the Pat McAfee show and what he does. And then you have, you know, Shannon Sharp has Nightcap. You know, Stephen A. Smith starting his own thing on YouTube. You know, the Stephen A. Smith Show. It just seems very odd that all of these people are, like, finally just deciding, yeah, I'm just going to do my own thing. You know, and I don't know if there's really more money in it. I would assume so. Like, I'm just going to say this. Most, like when it comes to news, specifically, right? When it comes to, like, the news, there are people on the internet who get more views than CNN, who get more views than MSNBC, even Fox News, if you can believe that, right? So I'm wondering if a lot of these, you know, sports talking heads are like, wow, you know, like, the internet seems like that's the place to be. And the other thing as well here is that Adrian Wojnarowski still has his connections in the NBA. He's always going to have them. But it's just the idea, like, I'm wondering if he wants to become the GM of the Bonnies so he can do that, but also maybe do his own thing. Maybe, you know, he's still got the WOJ podcast. I would think so anyway. You know, I don't know if he's going to make his own YouTube channel, or, you know, give us some speculation on NBA stuff, or, you know, maybe leak NBA news. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do, but I would assume, okay, if Adrian Wojnarowski created a YouTube channel and it was just all about him, I would assume that would be a pretty lucrative thing, you know, being that him and Shams are, like, the two insiders, and that is a source that, obviously, ESPN's going to have all their sources, but, you know, there's sources that Woj probably has that ESPN will no longer have, you know, or who knows? I don't know what the deal is going to be with that, or how that plans to work. I don't know if the Woj podcast is going away. That's another thing I'm not sure of. But it just seems as if, you know, reality, or not reality TV, but mainstream media, mainstream TV stars are understanding that the internet is becoming way more popular than the legacy media. It's becoming way more popular than, you know, like, for example, like, getting back to politics, like, Tucker Carlson left Fox News and created his own fucking thing on Twitter, and the numbers he pulls in on Twitter are bigger than on Fox News. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of these sports talking heads are understanding that they can reach way more people on YouTube and on the internet than they ever can now with legacy media, with, you know, the television and with the radio and all. So like that, like, yes, legacy media still has a place, but it's fading very fast. You know, even television is like all live streaming these days and stuff like that. Like, I got rid of, like, we made this decision about a year ago now that we were just going to get rid of DirecTV. They lost NFL Sunday Ticket. Recently, they got into a huge dispute with like ESPN, so all the sports channels are gone. That cuts off about like 90% of the television I give a fuck about. So we decided we were just going to switch to YouTube TV. And now literally all of our shit is streaming services except for the internet, and I still have a landline phone, if you can believe that or not. It's just the idea, legacy media is going away. You're seeing a lot of people just cutting the cord. Hulu is more popular than it's ever been. YouTube TV, streaming services are the future. Streaming services are where it's currently at. And we've seen this coming for a long time. Even back in the early, like, 2010s, you know, even now, people prefer YouTube over legacy media. They prefer YouTube and the online space way more than watching the fucking TV. And, you know, there's even been, like, news networks have tried it. CNN failed. But it's just the idea, like, a lot of even these legacy media companies like ESPN and legacy news media like CNN and MSNBC, they've all tried streaming services before and subscription services, and they've failed because they don't understand that, you know, I feel like anything free to play, free to watch, etc., is the way of the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way the world is now is like, I want to watch it for free, and if I feel like donating to it, I will. Or people putting ads in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the future. The future is free with ads, okay? Like, that's the future. And I feel like maybe a lot of people at ESPN are realizing this. And honestly, I feel like politics plays a part of this as well. I feel like maybe Adrian Wojnarowski, you know, like I said, the Malika Andrews thing, you know, having to work with her, a lot of people don't seem to like her. Even like in the basketball space, a lot of content creators don't like her. You know, when you consider just all the positives that can come out of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a Woj, right? If you worked at ESPN, I'm sure there's certain things you couldn't talk about and certain things you couldn't say until like a certain date or any of this other stuff. Where, as now that he's independent, right, and he's, you know, being the GM of a college basketball team, he might get a lot more freedom now than he did before. And I didn't get to read his tweet, even though I'd really like to. Let's go to the home here. I kind of want to see. I want to read Woj's tweet because I didn't get to read it because I've been off Twitter for quite a long time now. So all he did was caption it 30, but it says, I grew up the son of a factory worker 2 miles from ESPN's campus, only ever dreamed of making a living as a sports writer. 37 years ago, the Hartford Courant gave me my first byline, and I never stopped chasing the thrill of it all. This craft transformed my life, but I've decided to retire from ESPN and the news industry. I understand the commitment required in my role, and it's an investment I am no longer driven to make. Time isn't in endless supply, and I want to spend mine in ways that are more personally meaningful. I leave with overwhelming gratitude for countless mentors and colleagues, subjects and stories, readers and viewers. No one has benefited more than me from the belief, trust, and generosity of others. The past 7 years at ESPN have been a particular privilege. I'm appreciative of the company's leadership, especially Jimmy Pitaro and Christina Douglas. Douglas? Yeah, Douglas. For the understanding and acceptance of my decision to make a life change. All these years reporting on everyone's teams, I'm headed back to my own. And he's done. He's done reporting the news. He's decided that he wants to pursue something more meaningful, and to him, that is being the general manager of his college basketball team, which, you know what? Woj has been, I would say, like an incremental part of the NBA community. You know, it's been around for a while, and, you know, he's been around for 7 years, man. Like, he's a guy that we all went to for our NBA news, and he's deciding to take another path in life. I'm sure he's made... You know, he's made a substantial amount of money at ESPN. He's going to make a substantial amount of money being the GM of the Bonnies, okay? So, you know, good for him. I think he's maybe tired of being in the spotlight. I think he's maybe tired of the fucking Twitter trolls. And that's just what I think. I think that's part of it. I think the politics at ESPN is another thing that probably got in the way of it as well. So, yeah, maybe the Woj... it sounds like the Woj podcast is done. So I don't know, man. You know what? Good luck to Woj in you know, his future endeavors. I hope he enjoys being the GM of the Bonnies. And you know, it's like I said, it's very weird. It seems very odd that everybody's just deciding like he's retiring. Like he retired from ESPN after 7 years. And I'm saying, like, he didn't just, you know, I don't know. Like I said, it just seems very odd that so many people are leaving ESPN. So, and like, just people leaving the sports industry as a whole. So, tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.